Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are trying out something I have been waiting so long to try, and I don't know why it's taken me this long. Glossier! Oh, I'm so excited. The little pink bag. I was so stoked when I got this in the mail. I had to film right away. So I literally got this maybe like 30 minutes ago, and here we are. So we're gonna be giving this the ultimate wear test. I have errands this afternoon, I have work this afternoon, and it is the hottest day of the summer. Heat index is 106 degrees, so we are putting this to the test. I promise you that. So if you wanna see my review on all these products and how it wears throughout the day, sit back, relax, and don't forget, like and subscribe below. Okay, so to start things off, I'm gonna be starting with the priming moisturizer. I'm not gonna say Glossier before all these products because we know what the video is about. So I'm starting with the priming moisturizer. This says, after cleansing, massage dollops of cream onto your face using upward strokes, up and out. Apply more where needed to prime skin for makeup and or life. So, I mean, it's a pretty vague description. From what I've heard, this is just like a relatively lightweight moisturizer that you can like build up. Like more if you're a little more dry, less if you're more like normal combination oily. I'm gonna use like a good dollop. When they say a dollop, I like a lot of product. Right off the bat, it doesn't have a fragrance at all. It reminds me of, consistency-wise, reminds me of a slightly thicker version of the Too Faced Hangover Primer, which I love and I use all the time. This feels just like, I don't know, a little more emollient. It does give my skin a really pretty glow. I mean, it's slightly tacky, just like really, really slightly. This definitely isn't gonna like fill your pores or much else besides smooth the skin out a little bit. So I like it. It looks nice. My skin feels hydrated. Yeah, I guess we'll see how this goes. I'm kind of dry, so it'll be the test. Moving on, we're actually gonna move to the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. I'm in shade, I believe G10. Yes, I'm in shade G10. This says, shake, then smooth all over, moisturize skin with fingertips. Blend upward and outward for sheer coverage and instant dewiness. So I see most people online applying this with their fingers. I love applying something with my fingers. However, I want a little more coverage today, and I know this is gonna be super, super sheer from everything I've been told. So I'm probably gonna slightly blend this in with my fingers, and then I'm probably gonna go in with like a flat top kabuki brush or something else to help build coverage. Everyone online just does it on their face. I'm gonna do it on one half. We're gonna see if she covers. I have this like really cute acne scars little zit right now. Loving that. Actually, and if you have facial hair, like myself, don't be afraid to like get it in there. I'll show you how, if you get makeup on the surface of your facial hair, how to get it off later on. It's actually easier than you think. So I'm gonna rub this in a little bit. So it is extremely sheer. You can already see that, but it's not as sheer as they made it out to be, or as, like, I've watched a lot of videos, seen a lot of reviews on this. A lot of people act like this is zero coverage. I don't know if I'd call it zero coverage. It's like, it's definitely light, don't get me wrong. I mean, we're not covering a whole lot, but it does give my skin a really, really dewy finish. It doesn't really cover this at all. I have a little hair there, cute. Really doesn't cover this at all, but it does look beautiful on the skin. I mean, from this side, this is the side with it, and without it. I mean, I'm still dewy over here from the moisturizer, but this is like, I'm liking this more than I thought I was going to. I was nervous that it wasn't gonna be enough, and I like a light coverage, but I was worried that it was literally gonna be nothing, and I was like, cool, glad I bought this. Oh, I guess I should show the price of things. The priming moisturizer is $22. The skin tint is $26. So let's get my hair out of the way. A little more up here. Rub this in ever so slightly. It feels like nothing. Like literally it feels like I'm rubbing, I don't know, like the lightest weight moisturizer on your face. Like, it's like water. I don't know, it doesn't feel like much of anything on the skin. Here's the deal. Super sheer coverage, yes, but it is the prettiest sheer coverage. Tap that in. I don't know. I guess I'll just follow the rules. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna take just a little more of my hands. Not a lot. A little smidgen. I'm just gonna warm that up. I'm just gonna. That actually did build it up just slightly. I would not say this is pretty different from MAC Face and Body. At first, it kind of feels like that, but MAC Face and Body gets that really tacky, plasticized finish to the skin, whereas this is more of just like your skin with the biggest drink of water. Like, I really like this, but I like a light coverage. If you need any more than just a gentle evening out of the skin, I don't know if you will love this, but if you like something day to day, throw it on, get out of the house, really dewy, really soft coverage, and you just want something to just even out a little redness, a little bit of discoloration, I think this is awesome. So I love this, and I guess we'll see if maybe the concealer, I can like build up some coverage on some spots. So we'll be right back. Okay, so next we're gonna be trying the Stretch Concealer, and I actually got this in the same shade, G10. So this concealer says on the box, use fingertip to press and blend to moisturize skin. It's buildable, add more for extra coverage. So I'm assuming this is gonna be very sheer, much like everything else, probably pretty dewy, Glossier in the title. So I'm gonna go in just on spots first. I'm gonna do all the other cream products on my face, build some coverage on some spots, get my blush, a little bronzer. Maybe a little highlighter, and then I'm gonna set it after I do my concealer at the very end, because my under eyes do tend to crease, so I like to set them like right away, but I don't want to put powder on my face before more cream products because that spells disaster. So I'm gonna go right in with this. I'm gonna take my finger and just warm it up a little bit. Super creamy. My gosh, feels like a dream. So I'm just gonna try, I'm gonna tap a little bit on my, middle of my forehead. I get some redness and acne scarring here. Okay, well that blended out like a dream, and it actually covered that redness really well. So I'm surprised. I wonder, I'm gonna take this Morphe M173 brush. It's their new concealer brush that came out when they launched their concealer. Love this. I'm gonna just like, on these little sunspots I have. This is an extremely dewy concealer, but I mean, it is gorgeous. It is sheer, that is true, but it is more coverage than I expected. I would say it's sheer for a concealer compared to most concealers on the market, but as a whole, I would say it's still got a pretty nice amount of coverage. Like, I need a little more on my nose. Center of my face just gets more red, pretty common. I need more on my nose, so I'm glad that I can take this brush and just tap this on here. That's literally blending effortlessly. Like, that is the easiest thing in the world. I'm honestly shocked that this looks so pretty. I can't wait to put this under my eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna set this down, and I'm gonna move on to, let's do blush really fast. I have one of the iconic cloud paints. Let's see what this says. I have the box here because some stuff has descriptions in the back, some stuff doesn't. So this says, for best results, apply with fingertips. Gently squeeze a tiny dot onto finger and blend into cheek. Add more as you wish. So everyone has said a tiny dot is still too much. Heard it's super pigmented. I have this in the shade Beam. It is, oh, okay, so that's probably, I just oped. Oh gosh. That's probably way more than enough. So I'm actually probably gonna take some of this and use it on my eyes as well as like a little color. Oh, dropped the lid. Typical me, making a mess in my room. I have a white and gray rug and it is destroyed. Thanks, makeup. So I'm gonna warm this up in the back of my hand and oh, that is so pretty. I'm gonna take these two fingers and I'm just gonna gently apply to the apple of my cheek and out. In like a tapping motion. Well, that is just such a gorgeous wash of color. I'm actually gonna take a little more. I like to really warm things up, so I find I do work a lot of product into the back of my hand, but it does give me the most control. So I don't mind wasting a little more if I know I'm not gonna look like a clown. And I'm kind of taking it a little higher. My cheekbone back there. Because it does have a beautiful glow to it. I'm gonna tap a little bit on my nose. I love a little bit of a flush of blush on my nose, maybe even a little in my hairline, just because it makes everything look really natural and kind of ties everything together. Okay, perfect. So let's move on. Okay, I'm gonna actually grab for my first non-Glossier product. It's one of like the couple I have to use. One, because I forgot a product, typical. Two, because they don't have a bronzer. So Glossier, we want it. Give it to us, please. So I'm gonna go in with the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer in shade Baked. I am obsessed with this. I'm gonna go in with a Morphe sponge. I'm gonna take some on this little guy and just give myself a gentle warming up. Since it's such light coverage, it doesn't take too much dimension out of your face, so I find I can use a little less product than I thought because it's way more impactful when I'm not fully basically like rebuilding all of the dimension of my face. Because it's a little more sheer, because you have to build it up, it just continues to look like skin. And I just like continue to be amazed at how pretty I think this is. It's just gorgeous. It's exactly what I would wear every day. I'm a little more combo dry, so this kind of lends to my skin type, I feel. But it is still so impressive how good this looks. Now that I have more bronzer on, I actually want more blush. I love blush. Guilty. So I'm gonna take more of that cloud paint. Oh, see, this is what I did. I was good the whole time and I didn't use too much. And I was like, ooh, light layers. Glob. A glob on my hand. So I'm gonna work that in really, really, really well. Crazy stain in the back of my hand. As you can see, it goes a long way. I'm gonna take it to this flat edge. Just tap, tap, tap. I'm just gonna gently kind of go over that bronzer. Kind of at an angle across my face. A little across there, and then I guess I'll take a little more in my hairline. Yeah, see, I like that. That is super pretty. Okay, perfect. We will be right back to do some highlight, some brows, set the face, and we will be on the way. Okay, so the product I forgot was the Halo Scope highlighter, which I'm so mad about because it was probably one of the 2 or 3 products I was most excited to try. So when I reach for a favorite of liquid highlighters, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in the original shade Spotlight. I love this so much. It is so effortless and pretty, really blinding, probably a little more dramatic, so I'm not gonna use a lot. I'm just gonna like, literally that right there. I'm gonna take my sponge and just tap it in right there, slightly onto my cheekbone and then up and kind of into my brow here. And it's gonna give me a very like natural looking glow, but it's still kind of intense. I'm just gonna do a little dot there, there. This is like the Nikki Tutorials trick. So I just highlight the tip a little bit, that spotlight, and then up here, the bridge of my nose, and slightly across here. And this gives this like extremely dewy kind of plasticized look to the skin, looking like a Ken doll. We love that. Go a little more over here, just a teeny. Oh, I love this highlighter so much. It's so pretty and it's so easy. A little bit goes so far. Okay, love that. We're gonna take a little Cupid's bow. Looks kind of crazy right now, but once I throw on a lip in a little bit on like one of the Balm Dotcalms, it's gonna go right away, and it'll just make my lips look a little juicier. I'm gonna just take a little more. What's left? I'm just gonna tap across my forehead. We're already dewy, but we're going to like blinding from space. So next, I'm actually gonna go in with, this is a newer product for Glossier. This is their Brow Flick. I have it in shade brown, I believe. Yes. So this is kind of like a felt tip marker. It's got, oh, it's super, super sheer. So I don't know if you can really see this. There's these little, yeah, that's if I push like really hard. But for the most part, it's a pretty sheer little product. Kind of shake it, and it gives these really feathery brow looking like strokes. So I'm gonna go in with this first, actually. That actually looks really good. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do this off camera because it's not very exciting, but so far, I'm loving this. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we may have a new favorite. This is amazing. It's given me pretty much the same definition that a pencil would, but it looks a lot softer, and I still have the shape I want. It looks like brow hairs. Like if you get up close to me and you look, it looks like teeny little strokes. Loving this. So I can't wait to try this with, okay, so Boy Brow. Hello, iconic. You can't talk about Glossier without talking about Boy Brow. This is so good. And so now with the Brow Flick, I just, yeah, it's perfection. This is like your feathery brow dream team. And you just brush them all in one direction. It's giving me a little fill, a little tint. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Okay, it's really hard for me. I've been buying the Dior pencil for a while because it's one of the only ones that doesn't move, smudge, get weird. So if this doesn't smudge off and get weird, it is like $12 less, $11 less, and giving me a more natural effect. I will cry. I will buy all of them. I'm so excited right now because that was so easy. I felt like it was almost impossible to put too much. I'm happy with that. My brows, you know, I'm a sisters not twins type of guy. If they're close, it's fine. So while we're at it, I'm actually gonna jump on and slap on a little bit of the Glossier Lash Lick. This I'm excited about. I love a tubing mascara, and I didn't know this was at first. And when I got it and found out it was, I was so excited. Okay, that's pretty. It's very, very natural. So I mean, this is going to be, I mean, it barely gives me some length for sure, but it is very natural, very wispy. This is not gonna be a dramatic mascara. Prefer an everyday, run out the house, run some errands, go to the office. And not to say that you don't have to wear makeup to your office. You wanna show up full glam every day. Good for you. More power to you. I'm proud of you. I don't have the strength. So if you're like me and you wanna run out of the house and just look a little more awake, this is really, really pretty, very natural. I like that it's not a crazy black because it actually makes my eyes look a little more green because it's not like super, super black. It's kind of a brownish black. To me, it's what it looks like, and I'm obsessed. Beautiful, natural, so I approve. All right, we are nearing the finish line, but we actually have the biggest test for the makeup so far. Back to the stretch concealer. We're gonna apply it under my eyes now because I'm about to set my face. So I'm gonna go in with my finger. We may go back with the brush, but for now I'm just gonna go in with my finger and just tap this in really gently. And let's see, I'm gonna build this up with a brush. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, this concealer, I actually really, really like this, I think. This is it just builds so beautifully, and it's so dewy, and it just looks, I don't know, second skin. It's covering, I have pretty dark circles, and it is covering them really well without looking masky. Like, I'm honestly shocked. I'm so impressed, and I'm really excited because this is literally right up my alley. I have a pretty dry under eye. I have a problem with creasing. I'm sure if I don't set this, it'll move, but I don't know, it looks so good. Okay, so we're going kind of like coverage, so that's more than enough for me. So I'm gonna go in pretty much right away. We are gonna grab the Glossier Wowder in shade G8, G10. I think this is light medium. I love this packaging. And since they changed it, it used to say the Wowder on the front, and now it's just got the Glossier G. Like, that's so much more, a little more posh. I am gonna take my, let me see. I have this really cute brush from the Beautylish 420 collection. I think they're so cute. So I'm gonna work that in there. Just tap it in, shake that off. Tap away any little creases. So, I mean, they got in my little ones right away, but I haven't set it, so let me set that right away. Let's set that down, but it doesn't look flat. Oh yeah. So this is my kind of a powder. This is something like the Charlotte Tilbury, a little less coverage. Like Charlotte Tilbury is translucent, but it does have some coverage. Whereas this is a little more translucent than that, but it does give you a hint more coverage, and it sets it down without looking caked and dry. This looks beautifully dewy, and I feel like no matter how many times I go over, I can't over apply this. It's just so, I don't know, forgiving. I'm pretty impressed. I really am. Like, I'm honestly really, really impressed. I would normally have to set with a spray after a powder 100% because I am like normal to dry, so these tend to look super cakey, and this looks really beautiful on my skin. So I'm honestly gonna forego a setting spray. I didn't order the rose one. I don't much care for rose scented things, so I didn't order that anyways, and I was gonna use my MAC Fix Plus, but we're just gonna skip that step. I'm super happy with how this looks. This is beautiful, super, super natural. Oh my God, I almost forgot. The Dotcalm. It's brand new. We're actually gonna use a little bit of this. So natural. I feel like I could absolutely wear this every day with minimal effort. I could probably make this easier on myself than I did. I'm fussy. Oh, this has such a pretty berry tint to it. Oh, it smells like heaven. Oh, this is the new one, the Dotcalm, the Universal Salve. Swipe onto lips for a loving layer of nourishing moisture. Nourishing moisture. Wow, that went really well. This is delicious. Smells good, looks so pretty. Okay, we are good to go. I actually need to go. I have so much to do, but we are gonna check in probably a couple hours, and then definitely before I go to bed. But right now, first impression, I mean, I'm impressed. I think it's so pretty, so I'm really, really excited to see how this wears. So if you want to see how this turns out, I will see you here in a little bit. Okay, everyone, first natural light check-in. We're about 3.5 hours in, and everything is looking awesome. Concealer is barely creased. I'm just as dewy as I was before, but my makeup hasn't broken up at all. Super happy. If it stays looking like this, A+. And we have some possible favorites now, maybe holy grails. We'll have to see. See you at the end of the video with how this all ends up. Okay, everybody, welcome to my final check-in after wearing this for 8-9 hours. I'm amazed. Honestly, this looks so much better than I expected it to for a sheer coverage, cream-based makeup line with barely any powder. All of this has worn incredibly well. It has been hot, it's been humid. I was working, I was running around like a crazy person. I'm shocked. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Thank you, Glossier. Everyone, if this is your gig, if you like a super sheer wash of coverage, if you want really light feeling makeup that looks and feels like skin, here's the deal. This is the gig for you. Get out there and buy this. I love this so much. So if you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, leave a comment below. If you want me to try out a whole other line, you want me to try other products, please let me know. I'm more than happy to run out and get those. But until next time, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.